select board meeting for August 2nd, 2023. First order of business, pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, first order of business is I'd like to welcome Kyle Lothian back to our select board.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have you. And,
Thank you.
And I think the rest of the board feels the same way I do.
Absolutely.
And,
All about it. Thank you.
so,
Thank you all very much.
Okay, moving on. Any public comments?
Yeah.
Hey there,
Hi, do you have a public comment for the board?
I do.
Okay,
I guess you can hear me all right.
I can hear, can the board hear?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes?
Good to hear. My name is Paul Hansen, and I think we can all agree that Highgate needs and deserves a more effective website. I've heard that your current website provider is perhaps increasing your fees a lot by the end of the year. I don't know if you know that.
Yes, we are aware of that.
Okay. Well, to accomplish perhaps a new website, I wanted to make sure you know about my company. We're called EcoPixel. We recently launched a new website for Swanston. We combined the village and town websites into one with them. We served Waterbury, Essex Junction, and Richmond for quite a while. I did send a proposal to Wendy a day or two ago. So,
Okay.
and I know she received that. So I just wanted to put a face to a name and let you know about my company.
Okay. Wendy, you did receive that?
Yes, I responded to him, yep.
Okay, so yes. Well, thank you for your interest in our town.
Would love to serve you. So thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other public comment? Okay, now moving on. Zone and administrator update.
Good morning, or good evening. So yeah, I just wanted to touch base, give a update on how zoning's going, since it's getting close to my departure from this position. So with the decrease in hours, my main focus has been on a few violations that I received that have been taking up time, as well as processing building permits, letters of compliance, and then answering questions as they come in with a limited amount of time currently, just to try and make sure that as much as possible, there's nothing that's going to be left over following the end of the contract. So I know I have a few things to go over later tonight, but that's kind of a quick overview. Permits have been still steadily coming in, been processing them as they come in, saving alert compliance, violations, processing a few different investigations at the moment, trying to get those wrapped up, or at least in a state where it'd be easy for somebody else to come in and be able to process, finish those out. And then questions as they come in, DRB hearings, so the usual.
Anybody have any?
Just, when is the contract ending? Your department?
My last day, as far as I know, would be the week of the 25th, so the 21st would be my last day.
21st.
Yeah, August 25th was the end of the contract.
Anybody else have anything?
Is there any comments you may be able to give to us, or maybe you can just let us know for the next person coming in, or something that's going on? You said you had some violations. Do you have, by chance, do you know what those are and where we are with them?
Yes, I didn't know if that would be more for executive session
He'll speak to that in executive.
Perfect, thank you.
As I did agree to mention this, I do have or beginning to work on a turnover binder to reference any that may carry over, and also just some of the more statute-heavy regulations that fall in line with the position, so somebody hopefully will be able to come in, go through that, and have a little bit better understanding of some of the more in-depth statute requirements and some of the process that are more heavily dictated by state statute that might be a little bit tougher to comprehend without first-hand experience.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Anybody else?
Well, I would just like to thank you for everything you have done with us.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mike. Next, town clerk, what do you do upon?
Yes, you have been busy, so we have 3 sets of minutes. You have the special floor meeting on July 20th, your regular meeting that followed on July 20th, and you had a special meeting on the 27th.
Okay.
So,
Can I do them all at once, or do I have to do one at a time?
one at a time would be good.
Okay. So, can I have a motion on, what's on for the special meeting?
Yep, special floor vote, we did that first, yep.
Okay, on the special floor vote meeting,
I'll make the motion to accept those minutes.
I'll second.
okay? All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
Alright, regular select board meeting on July 20th.
Can I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Have a second,
I'll second it.
okay? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, ayes have it.
And your special meeting on July 27th.
Can I have a motion on July 27th meeting?
I'll make the motion to accept those minutes.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
Perfect, okay. And the only other things I have are, our counter is almost done up front. We're getting a lot of comments, it's much shorter than it used to be, but it's ADA compliant, so it's where it should be. It currently has a plywood top, we're just waiting on the countertop to come in, so that should be, I thought maybe this week, but I haven't heard, so. After that, our project will be pretty much done, and we will be fully functional. And I just wanted to remind everybody that our land records, tax bills, property cards, tax maps, we have so much online that we have kept our research by appointment here. We're down to 1 research station to make more space. I've had a lot of, I don't want to say unannounced guests, but that's kind of what they are. And just a lot, it's been happening a lot, so I'm just wanting to remind people that if you want to come in, you are more than welcome to come in and research in person if you're more comfortable, but we're asking that you make an appointment so we don't have too many people here at one time because we just don't have the space. A lot of times we have projects spread out on the table and somebody shows up that wants to do research, so we can't plan our days if they don't plan theirs. So I just want to remind people that we have kept our research by appointment because we have so much available online and they only need to come in if they want to. I think that's it for me.
Okay,
Okay, so Shelley is out, and as a update, Shelley is feeling much better, so that's good. There is a check warrant in front of Richard for signature.
okay. Everybody a chance to read this?
Yep.
Okay. Can I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to sign it.
Can I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, so, okay, all in favor to sign the check warrants?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
She also has left a delinquent tax sheet next to Richard, which is left. Can you read the amount,
Yeah.
Richard?
$55,458. I mean cents, excuse me.
Say it again, 55,000.
Yeah, $55,400.58.
Okay.
Okay, and then the last thing that Shelley had was she has 2 estimates for the replacement of a door. She has a repair estimate and she has the replacement estimate. And there's only a difference of about $1,500. So she would like to have a decision as to which way the board would prefer to go.
So I saw the email today, I had to make a call to Phil P.E.G, the guy who quoted it, because we're trying to figure out which door is
Right.
the door out here, I guess, on this
Okay.
building.
Yeah.
I guess it was hit at some point, some of the panels are bent, which means the rollers keep falling out of the track, can't be fixed, can't be bent back.
Right.
He said we could do a partial, and I asked him, I haven't looked at it yet, but I said, how's it gonna look, how's the colorization? He goes, it should be fine, because he said that door is out of the sun most of the time.
Yeah.
So it's not that bleached, so the new panels will not, they should match very close to the 2 panels we could leave. I guess there's 5 panels, we could replace 3 and leave 2, or we replace all 5. That's the difference, I think, right?
One,
Or
so one quote's $5,185,
that's the whole door replacement.
and the other one is $3,685.
That's the partial replacement.
Okay.
And it's just the panels, that's the difference?
Yeah, just the panels, a little bit of hardware.
So what's the board's
I
opinion?
totally forgot to look at it when I drove in. I don't know if you guys have,
Yeah, I see,
Okay.
yeah, she sent it to us on
okay.
So are you in favor to go with the,
The only other thing was the panel that has the windows. I guess the new panel only comes with 4 windows and the old one has 5. So it wouldn't match the other doors if we replaced it with the new one.
Either way, if you replace it new or used.
Either way, or use is getting 4 windows instead of 5, so they can match the other doors window-wise.
In my opinion, if it's $1,500 saved, it's $1,500 saved.
okay,
It's just my opinion.
Good to have you back.
Mary,
Yes, I agree.
Scott?
Sure.
And Vern?
I'll make the motion.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Second it,
I'll second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
All right, so in front of you, for me,
Okay,
you have grant updates. I've broken these down by project so you can see basically how much money we have toward each project and what is missing. Some of those funds have yet to be awarded, so it's something to keep our eye on. This gives you an up-to-date view of what's where. There is a good chance that we will receive the $408,000 or $403,000 for the arena roof and front entrance. That is become one of Peter Welch's directed spending, and it has gone through the processes and is now awaiting the final cut, whether it stays in the budget or not based on the vote. The Macy slide, the one in red, is also vote related. That was in the current transportation bill that's passed, but they are still in the process of doing some trimming. So we're hopeful that that will stay on track for our funding, because that's over half of the budget we need for that. The 1030 Monument Road, the applications have all been put in. We have not received an award yet. And we may not because of all the flooding now. That may have got bumped off track. We'll have to wait and see, but at least all our paperwork was in before that flooding, so maybe they will allow us to have that. Are there any that you have any questions on? The Ballard Road grant's closed out and we're waiting a check from the state. The Boucher Road and Rice Hill Road grant is finished. I just need to close it out, so I should be able to close that out this week. So that money will be coming back in.
But they aren't quite done, right? They aren't done the Bushy Road, right?
It was my understanding from Nick that they were finished, maybe not.
You mean the one at the sets, right?
Yep.
I know they told me this morning that they wanted to do it today, but
Oh,
they didn't get to it because,
yeah, Butch was absent.
yeah.
Okay, so I'll double check and see. Nick is on vacation for these 2 weeks. And also for Public Works, Nick has been offered the job of Public Works Director and he has accepted your offer.
He has?
He has.
Great.
He said he is very pleased and is willing to step up to the plate for the extra responsibilities.
Good, thank you.
The Public Works laborer position and driver, that position is already been posted. And we've had at least 4 interested parties already, and that's after basically 2 days of
Yep, great.
being out there.
A lot of interest, I think you're gonna get some good applications.
Yeah,
Excellent.
and they know that they have to have a CDL license. They have to pass a drug test and be a part of that random drug testing program, and have to have a physical and a background check. So, the other job posting that we have open is the zoning administrator. And we have had interest and pretty good interest in that, so we're hoping that we'll have a couple of applications for that soon.
Nice.
So we're really rolling along really well at the moment. An update for the Macy Road FEMA home buyout. Bids are due for demolition on Friday. I have 2 bids already. I'm asking either for permission to open those bids and accept one, or to have a appointed select person open the bids with me and make a decision from there. Because that, we have until September 28th to have that project completed and done. Otherwise, we lose our funding, which is,
How long was the bid process put out there for?
it was put out there for 3 weeks. Yeah. The lead and asbestos abatement person has come, taken a look at it. I'm just waiting for the final figures there. We'll have to hire that contractor. And then the contractor that we get from these bids will have to go in, get rid of everything, demolish it, have to puncture the septic tank and fill it in. They'll have to take the well that's there and they'll have to cap it a 1.5 foot below ground level. So that will turn that into a grassy field that is owned by the town and never developed. And considering that the bank is up to the tongue of the trailer, where it has, yeah, that was a blessing that we did that as quickly as we did. So hopefully, and the contractors have all been told, do not put yourselves or your equipment in danger. If you can grab onto that and move it quickly, well, that's all the better. Yeah, it would not be cool to lose somebody or something down the bank, but it's not very steady. So yes, if more than one select board member wants to meet to open those bids, I'm more than happy to do that, just whatever fits your schedules. but I would like to know, just so we,
Right.
which way you'd like to go, yeah. And then we have,
Do we have the bids here right now?
I have 2 bids here, but the bid
It's
date
still
doesn't
open.
close, yes,
Okay.
doesn't close until Friday.
Okay.
So, anytime after 4 on Friday. Because I know that we have at least 2 more bids coming in. So that was well received as well. Transfer station. You all know that the transfer station has developed another slide. Since the original sinkhole, the last set of rainstorms has increased 1 foot in circumference and about 1.5 to 2 feet deeper. And the spot where it has gone through underneath the fence down to the bank is now about 2.5 feet wider than it was. Our engineer has come, and he came last Friday. He has taken and given us a rough estimate. He said it is not a cheap fix. The way to fix that is from the bottom up, which means that his quote is roughly $1,100,000. That is currently not covered by the FEMA declaration of disaster for the state of Vermont. But I have been on the phone and emailing back and forth with all of the Vermont emergency people, and they are looking at pictures and the quote that we got from our engineer to see what we can do next. We obviously need help. We're in trouble already on the other side of that lot. So we're trying to find the fastest, quickest, and most economical way to deal with this. The engineer has suggested that whatever we do, we should hire an engineer to survey that slide and get a better idea of what's underneath there. He knows that it'll expand rather quickly. You can already see the cracks in the ground. He said what you're seeing now is just the tip of the iceberg. Right now it's cordoned off. He said, keep doing that. He said, keep watching it. I visit it every morning before I come to work. I keep taking pictures. And as it expands, we'll expand our cordoned off area. Casella knows what's going on and what we're doing and why. And we're just gonna keep hounding our legislators and everybody else to see if we can't get this in a situation where we can get help.
Where's the location of this?
So as you're driving in the driveway, it'll be on your left-hand side, past where the diesel storage area was. So it's basically right in front of the dumping building, where they back in and dump. That let go after that first set of storms and then just continues to grow. So we are watching the weather pretty closely. And the Vermont Emergency Management is sending out alerts all the time. If something's happening, they're on it. They're calling, they're sending out emails constantly of what the weather's doing and how it's gonna affect us. So far everybody's been great. Hopefully we can push FEMA to include us, or at least declare a second disaster. And that's what they're doing now with the quotes. Since that's over $1 million, we're hoping that they'll push to make that a second declaration of disaster.
Is this because the slide happened like 2 or 3 days after the storm, so it didn't happen during the storm?
Yes, what happened was during the southerly flooding, they had moved the date ahead a couple of days to include some other flooding in different areas around there. And then they had to have a drop date. So they put their end date a couple of days before the storms that hit Franklin County the worst. So unfortunately, what happens is that all the damage in Richford, Fairfax, Enosburg, none of that was covered under that FEMA declaration. Franklin County was not in that declaration because that damage didn't meet the threshold of dollar amount. But with our project, since we now have an idea of what we're looking at as far as dollar figures, that theoretically should push Franklin County into the declaration zone.
I can declare a few down branches at my house if that helps.
Yeah.
Get us over that threshold.
Yeah. The biggest thing is, if we're included in that declaration, it was 100% funded.
Well, that'd be great.
Yeah, but if we don't, then we're in the same position we did with the other 3 slides, where you wait years and years and years, and you try to find funding, and that just is not a happy occasion, especially since we already have 3 slides we're dying to get taken care of now. Which, speaking of slides, I will tell you that the Public Works Department came and told me that the Macy Road is sliding in front of Ricky Macy's. So there is another spot on that. There's still 3 foot from the road. And I did go and see Young's, in front of Mrs. Young's house. You probably got 2 feet to the slide. Nothing's active right now, but it's close. And hopefully the 300-foot fix that we already have in the works here is enough of a length to fix everything, because it's gonna be close. We do have, you see in the town grants, we do have the brick grant that we've applied for, and a grant from the Vermont Emergency Management that would do a long study of the Macy Road to tell us what in the heck we're gonna do, because that thing is fallen into the river. So we need somebody that studies these things for a living to tell us what can we do. What's the most economical way to fix this, or at least prolong the road. So that's what that money is hopefully coming for, but we're waiting for the award of that as well. I can tell you that for the landslides, UVM has been working with the regional planning commissions and has offered the use of their drone systems that has LiDAR mapping and photography that can go below the tree canopy to take a more accurate picture of what's happening at this new slide. And I also asked if they would look at the Macy Road, the river along the Macy Road, just to verify if they can see anything special that we can't see with the naked eye. So they have offered that free to the town, so I'm hoping that that'll be helpful to our engineer and to everybody else that's looking at this problem.
Sure can't hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sharon, we didn't get any feedback, did we, from the legislator when we got a hold of them, Mr. Brock or anything? I didn't know, because last time
Yes.
you shared with us that he was gonna go to a meeting with him. I didn't know if we heard anything.
I had not heard back from Randy Brock.
Okay.
Lisa Hango has touched base several times. Both her and Randy received the new pictures that are showing the additional damage. So I'm hoping that they're using all the back channels that they have at their discretion to help us.
Thank you, Sharon.
Is anybody from the state physically been out there to look at it?
I know that V-Trans was gonna come and look, but I haven't heard if they did or not. I know Lisa Hango was also gonna come and personally look at it. And I assume Randy Brock would as well. I had no response from Wayne LaRush, but I think Ty was right in several meetings ago, he asked if we could find out what was going on there, so Lisa told me to call his home directly and invite him, so that's what we'll do, find out. Put a little pressure on. You're an elected official, come on, help us.
I think the more eyes we get on that, the better.
I agree.
Yep,
So that's
absolutely.
gonna be an environmental mess.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes into the fall winter, this is gonna be great.
So, that's what I know about that. Unfortunately, it's kind of bummer news, but
Well,
at least we know where we stand right now.
When it comes to these slides, they're all bummers.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really good for people's septic systems and that kind of stuff, this soil in Highgate, but it really stinks for erosion. So for the select board, I have yes, we have changed our local emergency plan. It changed Heidi to me and it changed me to Richard. So, Richard, if you would be so kind to sign, it just updates our local emergency plan. If in the event we have an emergency and Richard and I are not here, that plan is on the wall in my office on the desk. It sits there, it has every emergency contact number you would ever need. And you just never know. When we had the flooding, we had no idea. And Heidi was stuck in Berkshire, and Wendy and I were scrambling around, trying to get a hold of people, trying to see who needed rescuing, who had animals, who was housebound. It was exciting. But so the select board knows, not only are Richard and I up, but you all are as well.
and we're gonna get an email copy of that.
I can certainly send an email copy of that, yes.
Good, that'd be great.
You should have an old one, but I'll send you an updated one. But yes, it is, when emergency comes, it is a call to duty.
So, is that it, Sharon?
She still needs an answer on the bids. Correct?
Yes.
Yep.
On,
I personally have no problem. I'm assuming it'll be Richard. Can open the bids with Sharon on Friday. I have no problem with that personally. I don't know what anybody else thinks, but.
The rough bid amount will be probably around 20 to 25,000. That's what we have allotted for the demolition.
Yeah, I'm good,
That's
I'm
the
good with,
rest.
I'm good with that as well, if you guys want
I'm
to
good.
try to open that up.
Don't you need a motion
yeah,
for that?
you can have a motion,
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. So you say we'll do that on Friday?
Yep, we can do that Friday if you want, or you can wait until Monday after field days.
Okay.
Richard wants to wait till Monday after field day, so.
That's fine, it's fine.
Yeah. So,
So, I don't know if any of the other select board members have anything.
anybody have anything?
I do. For anybody that gets US mail through the Highgate Post Office, if you're getting one of these cards that says you owe extra postage, if you get one and you don't think you should be getting charged for that, please email me and let me know that this is happening in your section of Highgate. If this is happening up in the northwest section of Highgate, a lot of households getting charged a lot of extra postage for free shipping from the companies. And we're trying to figure out why. You can just, my email's on the website for Brosky. Thank you.
Please see Wendy.
I just had this happen to me, sir.
Okay, I'll see you after me.
Yeah, we were just talking about this.
Yes, we were.
Anybody else have anything?
Public safety, if you're on the lake, wear your life jacket, please,
Oh,
in the bay.
okay, that's it.
That's it.
Okay, that's it. Can I have a motion to adjourn and to go into executive session with, the zoning administrator, Mike, and Sharon? I think that's it.
So,
Tell you
I
on,
don't have anything tonight, or
okay,
unless she
okay,
wants
So-
to.
okay,
I'll second it.
okay, all in favor? Say aye.
I
Ayes have it. Okay,